gotta lie when the truth is free. Illusions creating distorted reality, manifesting heart's desires, faith that anything is possible, probable. With God I'm unstoppable, can't deny denial. Life flowing through, living is a test of subscription, a lifetime trial. Only faith, no fanatics, pay attention to the antics. Peace over power, panic, design planned in fashion. Gado Yeshayahu. Hallelujah. Total Rabbi Yeshua. Great salvation. All praises, all honor, all glory to the Most High. Yah. Thank you so much for the light. Peace and blessings, my people. Peace and blessings. What it do, family? Double D Animations in the building. What's up? What's good, brother? What's the word, man? Let me know if everything is coming through all right, if the stream, if the audio is coming through, if you guys can hear me and see me. If you could put a 1 in the chat, that'd be dope. I definitely appreciate it. Man, y'all already know, on this side of YouTube, we create content to inspire, to encourage, and to motivate the next to be great. I wanted to have a conversation today, you know. I wanted to be able to sit down with you all and discuss something that I've been seeing personally, and I wanted to share a little bit of advice. I wanted to share, you know, some tips. I also wanted to tell you all, we, as far as men, and I'm gonna even go more in detail, men of color, I mean, just based off of my experience, we have higher standards. It doesn't matter what is done, but who does it. Oh yeah, we gonna talk about it, family. We're gonna break it open. We're gonna dissect this. We're gonna discuss what these higher standards are. And my advice to you all that look like me, my advice to men out there, know that we do have somewhat of expectations, and when we don't meet them, hey, let's just say, if you got a car and you expect that car to have a certain standard of quality, do you think you're gonna have something good to say about that car brand? So let me go ahead and get the vibes set off right. Y'all already know, man, before we even get into the conversation at hand, I just want to vibe with y'all. Show me the way. You know, I pray every day the Most High keep on opening doors, pointing me in the right direction. Give unto me the intellect, the insight to know which way that I should move, what is right and what is wrong, what is the standard that we should be living up to. Show me the way.
Show me the way, show me the way. Lord, show me. I've been out here feeling lost, trying to find my way. Show me the way, show me the way. Lord, show me. Okay. Lord, I need your direction, let me know. Yes, sir. Show me the way. Yes, sir. Show me the way. Show me, Lord, show me. Show me. Lord, show me. Lord, I thank you for your law, statutes, and commandments. I wake up every day sending forth my praises, empowerment, progress. I'm just here to report. We can pass through all the tests. Prayers keep me always blessed. Find your team, achieve your dream. Painting these heavenly scenes. Is life really what it seems? So proceed to creating resources operating. Y'all bring unto me, grant me opportunity. Graces from the anointing, picturing divinely artistry. Thankful that I can see peace, flexing in my new faith fleece. My Lord shepherd of the sheep, give directions faithfully. Show me the way where I can be, yeah. Lord, show me. Show me the way, show me the way. Show me the way, show me the way, yeah. I've been out here feeling lost, trying to find my way. Show me the way, show me the way. Lord, show me. Okay. Show me the way. Yes, sir. Show me the way. Show me, Lord, show me. Show me, Lord, show me. Show me the way. Give me the key. Open the door. What is in store? Faith and desire. Fashion galore. Fabrics on tour. The spirit I pour. Increasing me more. Then I shall soar up in the sky. Keep my head high. Yeah. I'll be alright. Yeah. I never stop. Yeah. I'll be the light. Yeah. I'm at the top, yeah. I'll keep the sight when it turns to night, yeah. I shine so bright, no fear in my eyes. Dreams coming alive, blessing in the sky. Soaring faith, must see sides of food, where the truth lies. Show me the way, show me the way, what it can be, yeah. Show me the way, yeah. Lord, show me. Show me the way, show me the way. Show me the way, show me the way. I've been out here feeling lost, trying to find my way. Show me the way, show me the way. Lord, show me. Okay. All I need you to let me know. Show me the way. Yes, sir. Show me the way. Yes, sir. Show me the way. Show me. Lord, show me. Show me. Lord, show me. Yeah, I'll be alright, yeah. I'll never stop, yeah. I'll be the light, yeah. I'm at the top, yeah. I'll get sight when it turns to night, yeah. I shine so bright, no fear in my eyes, dream coming alive, blessing in the skies. Lord, show me. Show me.
Lord, show me. You feel me? Show me the way. Show me the way. Amen. Amen. Hey, let's go ahead and get started in with this conversation. Y'all already know how I love to do it over here. Hey, we are live, family. I'm going to ask questions. I want to make sure that we're engaging and understanding the content that we're discussing right now. And I really want to have this conversation with men. I really want to have this conversation with men that look like me. Because there's some things that obviously other people cannot tell you. Other people cannot discuss this with you. Because they just don't have the same experiences in this world to be able to cultivate what it is for our expectations in this world. What is the way that we should be moving and operating out here? And if you were listening before we started vibing, I kind of made a metaphor, a parable to a car. To say if you went to go get a car, right? And there's a certain standard, there's a certain expectation that once you get this car, hey, you want this car to be able to last years, right? You want this car to be able to be high powered. You want this car to, be able to tow things for you. And to say, if that car does not live up to that standard, if that car does not live up to that expectation, if that car fails before its, time and usage, obviously, would you consider having a good rapport with that brand? Would you consider advertising that car? Would you even have good words as far as the manufacturers of those so-called cars? And so take heed to what I'm saying, family. And we're going to bring this all into discussion. If you guys are aware, it's I guess every month is something new in this world as far as bringing awareness. And so the month of May is considered mental health awareness, where obviously we are dealing with some type of issues within our mentalities where, hey, how else can we fix that? Can someone show me the way to be mentally healthy? What is the standards of mental health? And so I wanted to come through today and have this conversation. My advice to young men: we have higher standards. So let's start here. What are standards? I see we got a little bit of people in the chat, man. If you guys can help build on the conversation at hand, that'd be great. I want to get you guys' feedback so that we can have some type of comprehension of what we're discussing right now. What is a standard? We're going to start right there. What does it mean to have standards? Let's build. Let's grow right quick. Because I really want to see where people's heads are at. I really want to see the obvious expectations of so-called men in this society. What are standards? Yeah. What's the standard? What are standards? No, not what's the standard. What are standards? So I need that definition of standard. You know, when you're talking about, you're looking at a car, what's the standards of a car? To say, hey, you want that car to be moving when you press on that gas pedal. But standards are so-called expectations, a measure, an evaluation. What's considered something that's normal and accepted as normal? What are standards? So let's go ahead and bring it up here, family. After my extensive research, I was able to find out the definition of standard. And you all already know, man, the English language, there can be many different definitions to describe what one word is. So let's see which one is going to give us this comprehension of this conversation at hand. So you have standard meaning a level of quality or attainment. You have standard as being an idea or thing used as a measure, norm, or model in comparative evaluations. You have standard as a tune or song established popularity, a military or ceremonial flag carried on a pole, hosted on a rope. So let's see here. I feel as though the definition that we can pretty much hit on as far as being standard is used or accepted as normal or average. So I'm not trying to call you guys average or normal in a sense, but what is the standard for being a man in this day and age? What is considered normal? What is considered average? The customary output to be able to say that this is what it should be. And if it does not meet this standard, if it does not meet that evaluation, hey, whose fault is that? And I really wanted to come through today, family, and have this discussion because it seems as though over time we've lost the ability to direct. We've lost the ability to be able to instruct. We've lost the ability to be able to see us in a greater light because there seems to be no standards. But then you have people like me that's held accountable for unknown standards. And let's just break it down. In the title of this video, I'll put in a sentence where it says, it doesn't matter what is done, but who does it. Let me elaborate on that. So let's take in consideration the age of a man. Say that when you're birthed, when you're a baby, hey, it's normal to cry. It's normal to whine. It's normal to go through tantrums and fits. It's normal for a baby to not know how to emotionally regulate themselves, right? They say that the standard of a baby isn't all that high, to the point where you can look at a baby that's going through some type of emotional distress and you can be like, you won't have too much scrutiny on them because, you know, they're a baby. But let's move along on this age scale. Say that this baby is now 8 or 9. Let's just say that the standards for this boy becoming a man has raised. Now, hey, if you're crying all the time, if you're over here throwing tantrums all the time, if you can't use the bathroom by yourself, to say that those are standards as you grow in age in life, that if you don't meet those, of course you're going to be scrutinized about it, because it's like, hey, there's no tolerance for a 9-year-old, a 10-year-old to still be crying all the time. There's no tolerance for a 9-year-old or a 10-year-old to still be getting their diaper changed. There's no tolerance. There's no acceptance of a 9 or 10-year-old still going through tantrums and fits like they're a baby. Because now we look at them and have a higher standard. So let's bring this all into, it doesn't matter what is done, but who does it. Once again, you had that baby crying versus that 10-year-old boy. It doesn't matter what is done. Crying is happening. That is the behavior that's being exhibited. But who is doing it? They say that if a baby is crying, you're not going to scrutinize and negatively talk to that baby like, oh, why are you crying? This is not, why are you doing this? You're going to coddle that baby. You're going to be like, oh, it's okay, baby. I'm here for you. But say it's a 9, 10-year-old boy that's crying. It doesn't matter what is done, but who does it. Is that same 9, 10-year-old boy going to get coddled? I mean, if he was raised with all women. And so, once again, let me break back and get back on the level, because I don't want to skip ahead of the conversation, family. I'm flowing right now, and if y'all here with me, let me know what's up, man. If you comprehending the conversation at hand, add on to it. If you feel as though I'm going sidetrack, hey, put me back on point. But in reality, it doesn't matter what is done, but who does it. And my advice to you, young man, my advice to people that look like me, we have higher standards. Lee, why are you saying we have higher standards? How did you come up with that consensus? How did you come up with that evaluation? Well, let's just take it in the aspects of what I said with the baby and that 9 and 10-year-old. The baby is not going to be scrutinized for crying. Hear me out. The baby is not going to be negatively responded to for crying, because it's going to be pretty much fulfilling the norm of a baby. But to say that 9 or 10-year-old is the one that's doing the crying, the one that's doing the tantruming, to say that the scrutiny, the backlash, the negativity that's going to be brought about, because there's going to be a higher standard. There's going to be something that is expected of that 9 or 10-year-old. And to say that that 9 or 10-year-old is not appropriately engaging in the standard, it doesn't matter what is done, but who does it. So they're going to be scrutinized for it. They're going to be put down for that, instead of that baby that's going to be coddled for that. Hit me out, family. If y'all still with me, let me know if I'm going too far, because I'm talking about babies right now. I'm talking about young men, but we're going to get into the aptitude of talking about men. My advice to you, men, especially men that look like me. That's the only type of experience that I can speak from. I can't speak for other races of men. I can't speak for, Europeans, Chinese. I can't speak for Mexicans. I can only speak for people that look like me. That they call us black people. I can only speak for people that hair look like this. That's why I got my hair and my fro out like this, so y'all know who I'm speaking to. Y'all know the relation right now. I'm only speaking to men that have hair of wool. Family, we have higher expectations. And to say, family, who's really going to tell you that? Who's here to show you the way of what is expected from you? And many times in this world, man, I used to be that little boy who just wanted to strive in this world, who wanted to do something great. Follow along with me, family. Always wanted to make something of myself. I always expected greatness from myself. So, any situation, any environment that I was in, guess what? I had a standard of greatness. Not just myself, but also people around me. I was like, look at this boy. We expect greatness from him. And to say people ain't gonna tell you this, but hey, they show it by their reaction and responses to you. School was easy. School was so easy. I was so ahead of my time in school that, hey, it got to a point where I tried to teach the teacher. I tried to teach the teacher, not just in high school, not just in middle school, but also in college. Let's just say I had very high standards for myself. And family, when you do that, and when people also have very high standards for yourself, when you don't meet those expectations, scrutiny comes, backlash comes. We are in a world right now where there's pretty much seems to be no one talking about what is expected from one another. And as I already hit on, family, we are living in a world right now where obviously it doesn't matter what is done, but who does it. And say, let's be real. The scrutiny, the backlash, the overall negativity that a certain so-called male of my stature, a male of my hue, would face for, I hope I'm talking to man here. Let me know what's up, because I want to have this conversation and I want it to be intellectually and very conscious. So the things that I'm about to say right now, I get it. I'm going to be going against some trendy, I guess, I don't even have words for it. But family, let's just say a man of my stature, a man of my hue, versus a European male if a person that looks like me transitions, right, goes through this stage of wanting to live by another standard, point blank, I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. If a male of my hue transition to want to be a female, family, let's just say the standards, it doesn't matter what is done, but who does it, the scrutiny that you will suffer from that. And hey, it's only right. Versus someone of another diaspora, versus someone of another race, European race. If this person transitions and a male of another race wants to become a female, oh, guess what? Will they be scrutinized as much as a man that looked like me? To say that the standards or expectations, it doesn't matter what is done, but who does it, there's a little bit more leniency. There's a little bit more acceptance. Just like how that baby was crying, and you're able to coddle that baby and say, oh, it's okay, baby. But once that 9-year-old becomes, of age, and then, they're crying all the time, and it's like, hold on, we don't accept that. We have higher standards for you now. Really take heed of what I'm saying, family. For people that look like myself, we have higher standards. And when we do not meet our expectations and standards in this world, we are scrutinized. Versus other men. They have different standards. They have different expectations. And to say that when they meet their standards and their expectations, quote unquote, transitioning, they can be somewhat praised for that. You pretty much seen it in the past couple of years where it was this Jenner person who transitioned into a woman, and to say they gave that the woman of the year or something. And you look at a society, of course, where color doesn't mean anything, right? Well, I beg to differ. Because people like myself and what I've already experienced in this life, family, we have higher standards. We have higher expectations. To say when a man start acting like a woman, oh yeah, it's going to be scrutinized. Especially because of what it is expected from us as men that looks like us. Men that have the same type of complexion that I have. The expectations, family. We have higher standards versus the other people. Say that when they go through those stages and when they transition, they're looked at as a baby. They're coddled. They're told how brave they are. And I run on to bring this discussion out, family, and hit again on the aspects of mental health. And with it being May, mental health awareness, I wanted to come through and have this conversation with my brothers and sisters, man, and really let you all know there are expectations and standards that people don't speak about for us. They really don't tell you how great you are. People won't come up to you and say, hey, I expect a standard of greatness above anybody else in this world from you, because they ain't gonna tell you why, but just know it's just the vibe, family. Let me just go ahead and let me take an intermission right quick, and we're gonna dive into some scriptures. I'm in the book of Deuteronomy Deuteronomy 31. And let's read here, family. I really want to let you guys know what I expect from you as far as young men that look like me. Young men with hair like this. I ain't talking about any other man of any other race. This message is solely to the young men that go through this world, go through this life, and have unknown expectations, unknown standards. I'm here to set the standard straight. Y'all willing? Man, I expect to be shown the way, the right way. Who can truly say that? So, let's get into it. We're in Deuteronomy chapter 31, verse 5. And the Lord shall give them up before your face, that ye may do unto them according to all the commandments which I have commanded you. Be strong and of good courage. Fear not, nor be afraid of them. For the Lord thy God, he is it that doth go with thee. He will not fail thee, nor forsake thee. Let's stop right here. King Connect, what's good? What's good? Man. We here. Man, school was too easy. And say our standards, our expectations in school, to hear certain people, of course, scrutinize us as we did not meet these expectations. That lets me literally be aware of what the standards are. Because if it was normal and us failing, would people talk about it? They say that it's normal for a baby to cry, so people are not going to scrutinize the baby for crying. But is it normal for a 9, 10, 11, 12, 13-year-old, 14-year-old to engage in those same behaviors as a baby? To say that you have higher standards for someone when they begin to become of age. Can I say that now in this generation? Here it goes, family. Be strong and of good courage. Be strong and of good courage. Fear not. My advice to you, young man, is it is expected. It is a standard that you are strong out here in this world. It is expected. It is a standard that you have good courage out here in this world. It is expected. It is a standard that you fear not in this world, nor be afraid. Because guess what? I mean, for some who do subscribe to the teachings of the Bible, know that the Most High is always with you. And if the Most High is with you, oh yeah, there's going to be some things expected. There are going to be some higher standards for you to live by. Let's keep reading, family. And Moses called unto Joshua and said unto him in the sight of all Israel, Be strong and of good courage, for thou must go with this people unto the land which the Lord hath sworn unto their fathers to give them, and thou shalt cause them to inherit it. And now let's meditate. Let's go deep in thought of what's being said right here. You know, God willing, able to bring out some edification. God willing, being able to make sense of what's going on in this day and age. To say that the expectations and the standards to go out in this world and to live and to follow through with the commandments of the Most High. To say that there are things that are going to be expected and there are standards that we're living by. Because let's just say, there's a land that the Most High has already prepared for us. And to say, family, we won't have to go out and steal it. We won't have to go out here and Christopher Columbus it. We will inherit it. It will be given unto us. Oh yeah, family. Hear me out. There are different standards in this world for different men and different nations and different ways and walks of people, where if you engage in these behaviors, the feedback, the overall responses that you get will ultimately tell you who you are. To say, family, there seems to be a standard, a normalcy of certain individuals of other races, people that don't look like me, to go out and literally take land by force, to go out and literally create bombs and weapons and destroy people and so on and so forth. To say, like, that is their standard, that is their expectation, that is what people of those different races engage in, that is considered normal. Because if it wasn't, it would be scrutinized. Just like how that baby is crying. That baby is going to be coddled. Versus that 9, 10, 12-year-old boy. If he's crying and engaging in emotional distress, you're not going to tolerate that. There's a different standard. So really consider what I'm saying right now. There are people in this world, you can tell they did not inherit the land. Matter of fact, if you read history books, you see that certain people, obviously, hey, they just came over with guns and weapons and diseases. Didn't ask, just took. So, obviously, to say that if I band together with a bunch of brothers that look like me, and we had an idea of wanting to go conquer another nation, and we made weapons, and we ganged up, and we was all on the same page, and we invaded countries, all in the name of freedom. Do you think we will be written in the history books as some people who are great? It doesn't matter what is done, but who does it. We have higher standards than going around and taking land from people. Or to say that our people do not glorify finding a piece of land that someone else is already staying in and taking it over and calling it their own. But obviously, you living in the world right now where, what is the standard? What are the expectations? Especially for people that look like me. When you see people who are put in better positions financially and they're famous and, you know, just based off of literally demoralizing people. Literally spreading negativity. So what does that tell you? That the standard of being able to progress in this life is going to inspire you to do, or try to inspire you to do. I'm here to say, family, we have higher standards as a people. We're expected to do more. But of course, don't always get what we work for. But I'm here to say, family, it's okay. Because our standards and our expectations They're not man-made. They're not of the world. They say when I read these scriptures and the Most High tells me to be strong and of good courage. That's the standard that I live by when I'm facing these tribulations and obstacles and things and so forth. Because obviously I see something out here in this world where it doesn't matter what is done, but who does it. Say if you had a whole bunch of black men banding together and saying they're going to go take over another country. Oh, the scrutiny that will be under it. But obviously, we're living in a country right now where you had other races of people do the same thing to the point where they put it in the history book and are glorified for it. It doesn't matter what is done, but who does it. Say that their standard of behavior is far less than ours. Let's just be real. You're going to accept another individual that is of a lighter hue to behave in a demoralizing way because that's just the expectation, that's just the standard. But as soon as you start seeing someone of my complexion, as soon as you start seeing someone of an even darker complexion, of hair like wool, begin to operate in a behavior that seems very derogatory, oh man, here comes the stakes, here come the nooses, here come the crosses. What's your standards, family? And my message out here, as simple as possible. Keep striving. Keep shining. It matters very much who does what in this world, depending on the standards and expectations that you have on them. Say, I expect a lot. I expect greatness from people that look like me. And how many people actually hear that? How many people can say that they were shown the way? How many people can say that they were shown the way of the standards and expectations in this world that we may operate under to give us peace, joy, and a spirit to just keep on moving and staying strong and being of good courage? Steve Bless, what's the word, man? Peace and blessings to you. But yeah, family, I can go on and on. I can tell you all about how over there in China, hey, say there are no laws on the standards of what they eat. Say it doesn't matter what they're eating, but who's eating it. They say for people that look like me, we begin to eat abominations, we're going to be scrutinized for it. But other nations, other people, it's their standard. It's what is expected. It doesn't matter what is done, but who does it. Family, you have higher standards, have a higher aptitude for life. You cannot fit in with everybody in this world, especially when there are things expected from you that, let's bring back the metaphor of a baby. As a baby, who expects anything from a baby? as far as being productive. So there's no scrutiny to a baby not producing anything because there's no expectations. There's not going to be any backlash. You're not going to put a baby in jail because they're not working and paying their bills. Let's just say, family, there's a higher expectation, especially when you start getting up there in age. There's a different and higher expectation for people of different races. But who's really here to talk about it? To say that when you see a man of my hue and my color, with the way that I speak, I'm going to be definitely held to a higher standard over a man who is European, who dresses a little bit more flamboyant. I'm going to be expected to be able to operate more emotionally courageous, more emotionally astute. To say that I will be having the standard to be able to operate and be more productive. And to say if I'm not, I'm going to be scrutinized for it. Versus the other diaspora, other races. Y'all made shalom, shalom. And it gets to a point in time, family, where you look out in this world. And for myself, I was asking, what are the expectations? What is the standards that people like myself shall live by in order to feel some type of peace in this world? Because obviously anything that you do, you are met with backlash. If you succeed in education, you're looked at as someone conforming to European ideals. If you, of course, become one of those people who are in their community and share those experiences of depression and pain and hurt, if you share those messages through art, music, say that that's praised and somewhat the standard and expected. But still, we have to look at it as what's beneficial for us. What is the standard? What is the expectation of life that will ultimately cultivate an environment where we're free? And even though they say that we might be free, even though they said that July 4th was Independence Day and Emancipation Proclamation and all of this other stuff, keep in mind, if a person like me had another human being as a so-called servant, and I wrote it down and said that this person was 3/5 of a man, will people praise me for that? Or will I be scrutinized? Will people praise me for taking over a race of people and making them my servants and literally demeaning their way of life to the point where society has turned so backwards where men don't even like women anymore and women don't even like men anymore, and then to the point where you sit a figurehead up and I'm over here talking about, yeah, it's all good. Will people even respect me? Now let's take a turn and look at the other race. Is this something that is the standard for them? Is this something that is expected from them? Hey, we are still in captivity. Those are not our proclaimed feast. And I just wanted to really share my mind, share my outlook in this world, family. And I'm just seeing a lot lately where you have certain people being demonized and scrutinized for what they do, but then it's another person over there doing the same thing or even worse. But I'm starting to see, family, it doesn't matter what is done, but who does it. My advice to young men that live this life, that truly live this life, not just out here in the world just going with the flow, but you're trying to live a life. You have higher standards. There are things expected from you that people won't tell you, but you are expected to behave in a higher way. To say that you are not expected, it is not your standard to go around and steal and lie and destroy everything. No, that is not your standard, brothers and sisters. To say, walk in grace, walk in peace, be strong and of good courage. And like the scriptures say, hey, we shall inherit it. And that's the different expectation. We inherit things in this world as far as people that look like me. And it seems like the other races or other individuals in this world, they kind of, their expectation, their standard is to just take things. And I used to be in that mindset because I was reading the history books and I was like, oh man, that's the standard. That's the expectations of how to build a nation. That's the standard. That's the expectations on how to create a legacy for yourself, is to go out and steal things and go out and take things that aren't yours and say, hey, if I'm stronger than you, if I'm bigger than you, if I have more weapons than you, who's to say what I'm doing is wrong? But my advice to you, young man, my advice to all men, especially men that look like me, we have higher standards. It doesn't matter what is done, but who does it. Know that you cannot move out here like everyone else. Know that you cannot operate and behave in the same manner as everyone else. I expect greatness from you, even when you do not get the applause. I expect greatness from you, even when you do not get the inheritance. I expect greatness from you, even when you do not get the immediate responses of approval. Because family, we're just held at a higher standard. Be aware of out here the tricks of the trade that they try to influence us to be able to lower our standards in this life, to be able to convert our behaviors, to be able to manipulate how we think. To say, family, if you do not have standards, if you do not have expectations, and the next generations to come, very bleak. What do they say? Someone who fails to have vision. For the people who lack vision, what's the outcome for that? For the people who lack standards and expectations. When I think about a vision, I see a standard. I see expectations to build upon. But for the people who lack that, what is going to be the outcome? Have not I commanded you? Be strong and of good courage. Be not afraid, neither be dismayed. For Yahuwah is with you wheresoever you go. Amen. And as I'm sitting right here, man, I'm just getting a lot of thoughts coming to my mind as far as, I wish somebody told me this when I was coming of age. I wish somebody told me, hey, Lee, you're expected to do more in this world. I wish somebody sat me down and had these conversations with me as a young man and said, hey, there are standards that you must live by. And if you don't, you will be scrutinized for it. Because just like how if you go and buy a car and you expect for that car to run and you expect for that car to be of quality, hey, we expect for men that look like you to be of quality, to run well, to be strong. I wish somebody told me that. I wish somebody had that expectation for me. I wish somebody set that standard for me within the classroom, within the community, within my immediate environment, to say, hey, we just put out here in this world and really not told what our standards and expectations are as young men, but we're just, hey, we're just told to live our dream. But then, hey, if you do something, yeah, because you seen somebody else do it and they weren't as scrutinized as much as you are, and you're looking at it like, hold on, this person did it. Hold on, they stole a whole nation. Hold on. Wait. Before R. Kelly, look at these popes. Wait. Hold on. Before Bill Cosby, look at the dude at Nickelodeon. Wait. Hold on. Oh, okay. It doesn't matter what is done, but who does it? And y'all, man, you all good? Talking about, I just realized the live said advice for young men. I'm gonna sit back now, and I appreciate you for even bringing that comment out, because as I speak to young men, I'm in a position of being a man, and to say that, can a woman really tell a man what his standards and expectations are in the society, especially these women now in this generation, which, you know, I have to question, hey, what are your expectations for yourself? You know, and to say that women, obviously, they don't go through the same thing that men go through. So how can they truthfully elaborate on what the expectation is? You know, there's a different standard for either man and woman. So let's break it down. Let's get into that. It doesn't matter what is done, but who does it. Let's say, hey, if you see a woman crying, no matter what age she is, you're gonna go and try to coddle her. You're gonna go and try to say, hey, woman, it's okay. Fear not. I'm here. But you know, you got a grown man crying. You think people gonna go up to that grown man and be like, oh, yeah, what's wrong? It's okay, I'm here for you. Say that we have higher standards. We have higher expectations on how we behave, even as men versus women, and not just as different races. And who's even gonna sit down and have this conversation with you? To say, do people even have standards nowadays? Do people even have expectations? Do people even have vision? But family, in the guise of Mental Health Awareness Month, you know, in the spirit of just wanting to connect and share some insight and my experience in this world, to be able to help my younger brothers and sisters actually propel in this life. Know that there are things expected from you that people aren't going to tell you. There's a higher expectation that is set on you. let's see, man. That's kind of pretty much all I had on this topic, family. If you all wanted to, I'm gonna put the link in the stream, man. And hey, let's build. If any man want to come up here and have this topic discussion with me, man, I definitely appreciate it. If not, I'm going ahead and end this stream on a vibe. And hey, I'll see y'all next time on the lives, man. But I feel like this was definitely a powerful conversation, a powerful topic. There could be anything else that I could be highlighting out here on these YouTube streams. I could be talking about P. Diddy. I could be talking about, pastors. I could be talking about any other thing that's going on in the world. But my advice and my content that I want to create right now is to tell you all, for people that look like me, you have higher standards in this world. And you can't just be out here behaving like everybody else. Especially goes towards men. Men of my hue. You cannot be out here behaving like everybody else, because you're going to be severely scrutinized. Because there's just higher expectations. People expect more from us. Why? I mean, let's just say the vibe is real. And people know who we are. The question is, do we know who we are? And once we are able to have standards, once we are able to elaborate our expectations, once we are able to pretty much have a scope of behavior that is considered what we should do in this world, hey, maybe then we'll start seeing. But hey, all I can do right now, family, is have this conscious conversation, and I hope that it's been none the less than edifying and insightful. Well, I got the link in the chat, man, if anybody want to come up. If not, I'm go ahead and close out the stream in about 2 minutes. But if you haven't already, to support the channel, go ahead, visit www.desirefaith.com. Again, that's www.desirefaith.com. I'll put that link in the chat. Man, check it out. Tell me what you think. Give me some feedback. Is it living up to our expectations? Supporting the channel definitely goes a long way. It helps me be able to create more content. Helps me be able to literally see what people are interested in as far as me producing over here on this side of YouTube. So if you guys like this content, hey, hit that like button, hit that share button. The channel has been growing, and I'm thankful for that. For all the people who do support, all the people who do show love, man, it wouldn't be no Divine Lee Artist channel without you guys. So y'all help me grow, and with that, I'm able to show you all pretty much the outcome of your support. So I thank y'all, man. Love y'all. And until next time, family. Peace. Yeah.
Got it, Bobby.
Why bother lie when the truth is free? Illusions creating distorted reality, manifesting heart's desires, faith that anything is possible, probable. With God, I'm unstoppable. Can't deny denial. Life flowing through, living is a test of subscription, a lifetime trial. Only faith, no fanatics. Pay attention to the antics. Peace over power, panic. Design planned in fashion.